What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Now I looked out, came to Criswell, and as you guys saw in the previous videos, they have the Black Appearance Limited, and they not only have one, but they have three of them here. One's a 2500 and one's a 3500. So I'm going to compare these trucks and I'm going to ask the question, do you really need a 1 ton to tow a fifth wheel? Now, because today is a good day, we're going to do a Weight Watchers truck edition. Now this is going to be the 3500 we're going to use today, and we already passed the 25, but they're going to be pretty much the same truck. But stay tuned, it's going to be a pretty good video. I think this will help you guys out. Now I don't know if you guys can see, but it's 108 degrees out here today. Black on black is no joke. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna pass out. I gotta let these windows down. Holy smokes. Wow. So if you have not done so yet, I'm out here in 100-degree weather like a salesperson today, showing you guys these trucks. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. We are going to talk about the payload numbers, towing capacity, all that good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, when I show this to you, you're going to go out and buy a limited Ram right now. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. That is just... whew. Let me tell you something. I don't like black on black, but if this truck was available when I bought my truck, you know what I would have bought? This truck. Oh my goodness, it's so sick. Oh, jeez. Please tell me this is not a hot truck. This is the baddest truck on the market. I'm probably gonna buy me a 35. Let me see, does it have a sunroof, my wife? I might be able to make this work. 3500. What is the sticker on this thing? I'm sold. 3500. And this has the standard Cummins too. 31-gallon fuel tank. Unfortunately, guys, this truck, I'm not gonna buy it, but I can't afford this truck. I'm already depreciated on mine, unless they can give me an even swap, because I'm losing a little bit of options on this truck. I wouldn't mind going back to a 68 RFE either, because the payload capacity on this truck, I'm not going to show it to you yet, but I'm going to look. Let's see, it is, oh wow, actually not as much as my truck is, but whew, I am sold, man. Black on black is where it's at. I mean, this truck is just sexy. Black sexy right there. Black is beautiful for sure. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, those headlights, sheesh. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Let me get the other one. I can stay here for 2 hours just looking at this truck with the windows down. Oh, we gotta put the sunroof up. We gotta put the sunroof up. Hold on. There you go. That's with the sunroof up. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that looks just beautiful. All right, now we're gonna go get the 2500. Where is that bad boy at? I can't remember where I parked it back the other day. There it is. All right, we're gonna go pull that one up next to the 35. Whew. Man, if you're in the market right now for a truck, you better bag these daggone 3500s while they have rebates on them. You better get one. I might have to go buy me one, order me another one. Gosh, one more time. Oh my goodness, that is a beautiful truck. Mega cab is the way to go. Yikes. I gotta get out of here, guys. I'm gonna buy me a truck today. I'm getting excited. Now, as I mentioned, the reason why we're gonna do this video today is because I wanna show you this beautiful black on black Appearance Limited. I'm not gonna lie, that's probably the reason why we're doing this one more time, because I just couldn't get enough the first time. But on a serious note, a lot of people are still asking on my channel, should I get a 2500 or a 3500? And I always ask, well, what kind of trailer you're gonna use it for? And typically they say, just probably tow a fifth wheel. And here's my view. So what's up, guys? So I was about to lie to you because Ram changed their towing capacity for their 3/4 ton truck. So I had to put this video in the middle, but I hope you're having a good day. And it's really late. I'm about to finish editing this video. I told my wife I was gonna be home at like 10. And I think it's like 11. So, baby, if you're watching this, I love you. Have a good night. and I'll see you guys soon. Now, just because you have the towing capacity, that is the very last thing you have to consider when you're looking at these trucks. And here's why. This truck has a 10,000 pound GVWR. Where do you find that information on this truck? And let me show you. When you go to open the door on a Ram truck, this is typically where you're going to find that sticker. Now, as you guys can see, this truck has a GVWR of 10,000 pounds. That is the maximum amount of weight that you can add to this truck. So once you put your passengers in here, once you put all of your gear in here, and once you load up this bed with either pin weight from your trailer or a generator, you cannot exceed 10,000 pounds. So the question you have to ask yourself is, well, okay, well, if I can't exceed 10,000 pounds, how heavy is this truck? So that's pretty much the next question you have to ask yourself. So you have to take the 10,000 pound GVWR and subtract it from the payload capacity. This is actually the cargo carrying capacity, but it's mostly referred to as the payload. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the 10,000 pound GVWR and we're going to subtract it from the payload, which is 1,746 pounds. Now that's going to give you 8,254 pounds. Before we go on in the video, I was getting ready to tell you wrong information, so I'm glad that I did some quick research. When I did this video, I just now showed you guys, this video is kind of old, but I just noticed that the towing capacities for your 3/4 tons have been lowered. I remember when the 2019 Ram was unveiled, 3/4 tons had a lot higher numbers. I want to say they were like 18,000 pounds. And based off of this, now this could be wrong, so you may have to contact Ram, but for now we're going to assume these numbers are correct. So basically, for a limited 3/4 ton, this is kind of driving my point home here. You're probably going to step up to a 3,500 if you want a fifth wheel. I mean, you're going to have to step up to a 3,500 regardless, because your payload for this truck is just way too low. You're going to have issues with that. But if you take a look at your 6'4" Hemi, your Hemi now can tow more than your Cummins on the 3/4 ton side. And that's in part because the Hemi can get a 410 axle. Now, obviously, if you take that 373, it's going to lower that. So just keep that in mind. Now, let's get back to the video. If you're in the market for a fifth wheel, this is the truck you're going to have to purchase. But I will warn you, you're still going to be limited to the amount of trailer you can tow with this truck. If you really want to step up to the right truck, this is the one you're going to want for big toy haulers. This truck here is going to have a little bit more robust rear suspension. It's going to have a stronger rear axle. And this truck is pretty much capable of towing more weight because of that. And the biggest thing that this truck has that this 2500 does not have is a higher GVWR. So let's check out the numbers here. If you take a look at the gross vehicle weight rating of this truck, you have 12,300 pounds. Now, this mega cab, you can tell it's a mega cab because of this cab, and the long bed have the same gross vehicle weight rating. If you get a short bed crew cab, the GVWR is going to be 11,800 pounds. Now, let's take a look at the payload of this truck. This truck does have a higher payload capacity of my truck because I have the Eisen transmission. This has the 68 RFE, which is lighter. So just keep that in mind if you need payload capacity. So this truck here has a high payload capacity of 3,906 pounds. And quite honestly, that gives you enough capacity to tow a 14,000 pound trailer. I probably would stick it there and be done because your pin weight's going to get heavier as you go, obviously. Now, if you're looking at fifth wheels, front livings, front kitchens, and front baths typically have high pin weights. So you're going to have to do your research on your trailers too to be sure you don't put this truck over. Now, if it's just you and your wife, you don't carry a lot of stuff in the bed of your truck like I do. I don't put anything in my truck. Everything goes in my trailer. Or if I need to carry a generator, I'll probably just get a rack and put everything on the rack of my trailer to keep as much weight off my truck. Now, as you guys saw, this truck had a 3,900 pound payload, right? Check out the rear axle. This truck has a 7,000 pound gross axle weight rating. So those are two things that this truck has that this 3/4 ton truck does not. You have leaf springs. These are Hotchkiss leaf springs compared to a coil sprung suspension. I use the 2500 to tow my fifth wheel, and this is obviously before I knew and understood towing. I mean, I just kind of went off of towing capacity, so I'm not judging anyone because I did the same thing most everyone else does too. But these are the things that you have to look at before you buy a truck. And again, these trucks have identical power. They both have a 373 axle out back. So which truck is going to be better for towing a fifth wheel? Let's go ahead and take a look at the numbers. So I'm going to snake you in this video, and I apologize in advance. So really quickly, if you need to get to the towing guide, I don't know if I showed this to you guys, but it's really easy to get to. You just go on ramtrucks.com, you hit towing and capability, towing guide, which is right here. It's really easy, and then you can kind of build your truck. Now I'm just going to close this out because I already have all I need up. So we're going to make this a part 1 video, and then part 2 I will use the Jayco video I just did a review on to show you the numbers for a 2500 and a 3500 Ram. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to use these exact trucks. I'm going to use that exact trailer. That way you have a good idea what the numbers are. So this truck here, if we're looking at the limited, now this is going to have the standard Cummins. I just kept everything the same. That way we're talking about the same exact thing. You're going to see 2 of the same trucks for each trim. The reason why, this is going to be for dually, and the way you can tell is you have a huge payload capacity, and you can select between 410 and a 373. You cannot get a 410 on a diesel single rear wheel, so you're stuck with the 373. All right, 19,000 pound towing capacity and an advertised 3,880 pound payload capacity. So here's your takeaway. A lot of people ask me this question, even though I've actually had a few videos on this. Should I get a 2500 or 3500? Here's what I will tell you. If you want your best bang for your buck, get a dually. The reason why I say your best bang for your buck is if you plan on keeping your truck for a long time, the dually is the one-stop shop. You don't have to worry about trading it in because you need a bigger trailer. You already have the biggest truck you can buy. If you're like me and you want a single rear wheel, I would strongly recommend, even if you're looking at small travel trailers, just get a 3500. A lot of people I talk to at campgrounds, they all say, I wish I would have got a bigger truck because I wound up getting a fifth wheel. And it's expensive trading out of a truck within a year or two. I'm not gonna lie to you, unless you got a really good deal, or unless you don't drive your truck a lot and you don't have a lot of miles on it, you can take a big loss by having to trade the truck in. So that's why I always recommend, hey, get the bigger truck that you probably think you're not gonna need today and just have it ready to go, because you're gonna be limited to what you can tow. And again, I'm not telling anybody what to do. I'm just giving you the information. I strongly recommend you stay within these limits. I had this exact same issue with my 2500. I bought that truck only looking at towing capacity because I knew I wasn't going to get a big trailer. But you know what? My payload capacity was already exceeding my truck before I even put my wife, my kids, myself, and my gear in there. So that's just something you have to keep in mind. But again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. Be sure to do your research. Even whatever I tell you guys, you should always research it. I don't ever recommend that you just take my word for heart. Every state's different. I'm not doing all that research for you. You're going to have to just figure out for your own state whether they follow the axle ratios. I don't know any of that stuff. All I know is you should have the right truck for the right job. See you in the next video. One last time. This black appearance is so sexy. You just got to get one more look, guys. One more look. Just one more look. And be sure to get clearance lamps. These trucks look so much better with them.